Rising capital and disposable income will ultimately pave the way for the machinization of agricultural industry in developing country, likewise in developed countries. So we Group 7 will present a business proposition in agricultural equipment industry. We'll try to lay out our vision for future and describe how this is the right macroeconomic environment scenario for getting into this business. Although the level of farm mechanization in India is about 40 to 45% in 2017 and 19, this level of mechanization is still considered to be poor compared to the countries such as United States, which is 95%, Brazil at 75%, and China is 57% respectively. The the graph shows that there is a staggering decline of 30% in agricultural workshop just in 20 years. Now, further will be taken over by Vivek.
Thank you, Nitish. So we have market value of agriculture equipment. The market value of agriculture equipment surpassed US $150 billion in 2019 and is expected to rise to US $230 billion by more than 6% of CAGR between 2020 and 2026. Agriculture has achieved a 3.4% growth amid this pandemic, while other sectors are struggling to show any positive growth. Even the agriculture allied sector has shown a growth rate of 5.7%. 40.2% market share is of Mahindra and Mahindra in 2019-2020. 80% of the market values of tractors. Next slide. So, what is our concept? The big concept is that India will follow the same path as a developed nation sooner or later and walk the path of food efficiency and farm mechanization. With high growth potential and unsaturated market, we will initially enter the small and medium farm equipment segment to support all crop cycle needs. Then we will enter the heavy crop maintenance and harvesting equipment segment with machine learning and AI integration in all of the equipment. We will prioritize customer experience as a top priority with online support and doorstep delivery for a better opportunities.
Now coming to the SWOT analysis, biggest opportunities in the adoption of the sharing economy model and tech-driven startups are expected to revolutionize the agriculture machinery market in India. The government support of the industry is one of its key strengths. Being capital intensive and low brand equity is an internal weakness, and big players and high competitive competition is posing threats for the new startup. Now next, Umang will tell you about the pestle analysis.
Thank you, Siddharth. Now, here pestle analysis describes a framework of macro environmental factors affecting and which leads to the farming equipment industry's growth. Now, here P means the political factor, which means in which government spending increased in the agriculture sector and subsidies provided on farm equipment under farm mechanization scheme, which leads to growth of agriculture equipment industry. Now the second one is economical factor. Overall income during the past 5 to 6 months during the pandemic falls, and hence we demand for farm equipment, which eventually leads to a decrease in supply side also. It is expected to rise in operating margin of 100 to 200 basis points that will keep credit quality stable. Rise in organic farming also leads to rising demand for natural products. Now the third one is sociological factor. Increase in awareness regarding the mechanization of farming. As most farmers hold a small portion of land for farming, they are reluctant to buy new farm equipment. This is the one of the negative aspect in this sociocultural factor. To meet the demand of farmers, there is inadequate animal power available for them. Now the fourth one is technological factor. There are continuous innovations in technology and accelerated acquisition of technical technologies to improve agricultural productivity. Now, the fifth one is legal factor. Agricultural policies leads to encouraging farmers to farm. There are rules and regulations on labor employment, wages, safety are some important factors for tractor industry. And the last one is environmental factor. There is predicted a good monsoon in India and which leads to high crop production. Multiple crop cultivation on a single land, and this supports the farming condition, which eventually leads to the increasing demand for equipments to harvest. Now, next, Ankit will lead you.
Now there will be going to be two probable stages of macroeconomic model for agriculture equipment industry. The first one will be the government policies and incentives, which will lead to the ease of finance and that will render cheap money for farmers. This will lead to the increase in demand and eventually higher production requirements, and it will give a ultimate innovation. The second will be, since it's a rising income, so people will move on to even more lucrative industrial prospects, and people will leave the hassle of farming to contract farming. So what's contract farming? It can be defined as agricultural production carried out according to an agreement between a buyer and farmer, which establishes conditions for the production and marketing of a farm product or products. Typically, the farmer agrees to provide agreed quantities of a specified agriculture product at a fixed rate, and so contract farmers will have access to a big chunk of land and to harvest crops, and for that contract farmers will need agriculture equipment, hence the demand will rise further. So it will provide a strong boost to the agriculture equipment sector in India, and we expect contract farming to allow farmers to benefit from technology training and financing with the help of the contractors. It is supposed to be the promotion of implementation of mechanized farming practices. Now the next slide will be explained by my groupmate.
Thank you, Ankit. We have divided our work cycle into stages. First is market research, which is study of buyers' need and competition. Second is analysis, which is study of production cost and money requirement. Plant establishment will accumulated capital will establish a small unit of production. The next is local, will try to capture the local market in northern India due to obvious reasons. Fifth is marketing. With an established brand unit will spread the word via different channels. And last is expansion. If all goes well, we'll expand and diversify. Now, Gerald will take you further.
Thank you, Abhilash. So now let's see the schedule which we have forecasted. By the year 2021, we are planning to establish our first unit, and by the year 2022, we will be launching our first equipment in the market, hopefully with a better USP. And in the year 2025, we'll try to capture the North India market, and this will be the year when we'll try to reach our break-even point. By 2027, we'll try to manufacture heavy farm equipments, that too with a superior quality. And by the end of 2031, we'll target to achieve a significant market share throughout India and then target the global market of USPs of great feature and comparative pricing. So thank you for watching this video.